And I had control in the driver's seat, but my hands are slipping off the wheel. Now the tables have turned.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? And I'm back with another one. I just want to come here and talk to you about this procedure I had recently. It's called, let me see, I want to make sure that I don't say it wrong, Varithena. And it's concerning the blood in your veins. So the procedure was performed on me a couple of days ago. It basically, how the doctor explained it to me, he's a vascular surgeon, a specialist. How it was explained to me, because I used to get like pains in my legs and stuff like that. And, sharp pains in my legs, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just, bad circulation. But, a lot of people have bad circulation. So I didn't think nothing of it. But when the pain started coming more and more, then I started getting a little worried. And I was like, you know what? I need to go to a clinic and see about this. So I went to Metro Vein Clinic and in Brooklyn. And when I went there, first they did a sonogram of your legs to see what the problem was and stuff. And then he came and he explained, after they did the test, he came and he explained to me that what happens is your blood, it goes from your feet, up your legs, up your arms, to the heart, and to the other side, and vice versa. The blood in my legs was going to my legs and stopping at my legs and just going back down. So this is the reason why I was having trouble with circulation, my legs swelling up or my ankles swelling up, or having pains in my legs. This was the cause of that. So it's not life-threatening, but it can be down the line. I had he said to me was a very mild case. But he said the good thing is I came now when it was very minimal, because now he can treat it and I ain't got to worry about it. So I went and I didn't know what to expect because, it's the vein. So I'm like, I don't know. Do they have to do surgery or, do I have to be in the hospital or whatever? So I went to the clinic and first I had to get approved by insurance. And they approved it, and I come to find out that most insurance companies will approve those type of treatments for veins, varicose veins, spider veins, whatever. Most insurance cover it. So I had to wait 3 weeks for them to find out if I was going to be covered for it. I was, and I had the procedure. So now what they do is, first thing they did is numb my legs. They had to give me a shot to numb my legs. They numbed my legs, and then he took a scalpel and then he cut a little hole in my leg. And it's this long, like a metal tube. And he shoves that in my leg through the vein. Mind you, I don't feel anything because he numbed my leg. So I don't feel anything. And he has the monitor and the screen right there. So he's watching, he's looking at what he's doing. And my husband was in the room, and he's sitting there looking nervous and getting it like the heebie-jeebies and stuff because he can see what's going on. I had my head turned. I didn't want to see it because I know if I would have saw it, I would have freaked out. So I had my head turned. So, I can feel it going in my leg, but I couldn't feel any pain, And so once he went in, he shot some kind of foam up in my vein, and it's supposed to like compress the vein, something like that. I forgot how he explained it, but it makes the circulation like brand new, So he did one leg, and he cut me at the bottom part of my leg where my ankle is, and then he put another cut on my thigh. And he shoved it in there and stuff like that. Like right now, my leg is bruised where he did it. It's really sore. I feel like I got a knot. I saw him today so he can make sure that it was a successful procedure, and it was. And he said the knot and all of that, that's just scar tissue, that's going to go away. And but I don't really know too many people that, you know, have scar tissue that goes away. But it's sore there. He said over time that the soreness will stop or whatever. And so he did one leg, and then he did the other leg. So now I go home, I'm bandaged from my ankle all the way up to my thigh. And I had to stay like that for 2 days. I couldn't get it wet. I couldn't unwrap it. And he sent me home with more gauze to wrap it again if it came loose or whatever. And that was that. But when I went today, he told me that it was a success. But when he did the sonogram to make sure everything was good, what he did to me worked. But now there's a problem on both legs again, another vein on each leg that he has to do again. But he said that this procedure is a little different. It's less invasive or whatever than what I already had going on. And he said once he do these 2 legs, that's it. I don't have to ever have it done again. It's a permanent situation. There's no side effects from it. The only side effect is that your veins are like brand new and your circulation and everything is working the way it's supposed to. So I was like, yes. But, you know, nobody wants to get cut. Nobody wants to, you know, the good thing is that the needles that because I'm scared to death of needles, but the needles that they shot me with was so small that I didn't even feel a pinch. I really didn't. And I'm scared to death of needles, but I didn't even feel the pinch of it. But I mean, when I went in there and I seen, you know how the nurse comes and she lays all this stuff, the scalp and all the stuff she lays on the table. I see this big old thing. What it looks like is a coat hanger, a wired coat hanger. And it was about this long, no lie. And that whole thing went up in my leg. He brought it, he took it back out, but he had to get it up in there so when he squirted the foam in there, that it reached all the way up where it needed to go. So when I first walked in and I seen all of the stuff, the surgical equipment, I was ready to start crying. I was ready to start panicking. I was ready to go home. But, you know, I know it needed to be done, so I just had to handle it. But when I tell you I was a bunch of nerves, and I was like, I'm looking at my husband the whole time. I just watching him. I could not turn my head. I was just watching him. And at first, they didn't want him in there because they usually don't do these type of procedures with other people in the room, especially with COVID and stuff like that. But I told them, if my husband can't be in here, I'm not doing it. Because anything I've ever had since me and my husband been together, and we've been together since we were 16 and 17 years old, anything that I have had done, all my children, he was right in the room with me. When I had my gallbladder removed in 2001, he was in the room with me when they started. And I think he left, but I think they made him leave, but he was there until I went to sleep because I was not letting them do anything to me without my husband being there. So I'm assuming that they made him leave. But they, you know, he had the whole gown on and the mask, and he was holding my hands, and then, you know, they gave me the anesthesia and I went to sleep. And, but I don't do anything if he's not there. I need his support. I need that support. And I told them, if he's not in here, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it without, I'm scared, and I want my husband here. And so they called him, and he came in the room, and the whole time he was looking at me, he winking his eye at me and calling me beautiful and this, that, and the third. And I was a nervous wreck. At one point, I think a tear just went down my face because I'm so scared of needles. And, you know, I see all this equipment, but I don't know exactly what he's going to do to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm awake for this. So I'm just scared that I'm going to be feeling all kinds of pain and everything. And it was fast. I couldn't wait for it to be over with. I mean, it seemed long to me, but after it was over, I realized how fast it actually went. But while it was happening, it seemed like it was taking forever. And I just was, my hands was balled up, and I was just laying down on my back, and he was gone. And I was just like, oh my God, please, let's get this over with. Let's get this over with. But, so it was a success. He did one leg, and then a week later he did the other leg. And today was a follow-up visit to check and make sure that it was successful. And it was. But he found another problem, which is not, it's not serious. It's not serious. The same thing, but it's, you know, it's a little less evasive than what I had done the first 2 times. So he said, after this time, that's it. I'm done. I never have to come back again. I never have to have this procedure again. It's going to correct the problem. And that's that. So although I'm happy about that, I'm not looking forward to it at all, you know, and this is happening in 3 weeks. But I'm going to show y'all down below. I'm going to show y'all, basically, y'all going to see a little bit of the equipment they had up there, the needles and stuff like that. And I'm just, you know, I'm the type of person where I go get things checked out. Like if I hear something about, gallbladder, or this, that, and the third, keep an eye on your gallbladder. Or if I see a commercial about people livers and cancer of the liver or something like that, it triggers me. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go check my liver and make sure my liver's all right. Or if I hear something about a pancreas, you know, let me go check on my pancreas, make sure my pancreas is good. Or, you know, they talk about how women are more prone to having heart attacks than men. So I'm like, let me go to the doctor, make sure my heart is good. You know, when I see things on TV, it triggers me, because these are things that I probably wouldn't think about if these things wasn't coming at me. You know what I'm saying? Because who usually goes to get their pancreas checked or their liver checked or something like that? This is not something. Women, we usually go get our cholesterol checked. We go have a pap smear and stuff like that, and get our breast checked. But we usually don't go to check our sugar and stuff and look at our liver and look at our pancreas, check that out, stuff like that. We usually don't look at that, you know, and so when I see things like that, it just triggers me like, oh yeah, that's a part of my body too. So let me get that checked. Because, you know, God forbid, if anything arises, I would want to have it taken care of right then and there, than to find out later on down the line, like, oh, if you would have known, or if she would have knew, you know, maybe we could have did something sooner. No, I don't play them games. I said this before in a video of me going to have a mammogram. I stay on top of my doctor visit, medicals. It doesn't matter. I stay on top of it because I don't want surprises. I don't want any surprises. And, you know, people always laughing at me and my husband like, man, y'all stay at the clinic. Y'all stay at the doctor. And I'm looking at them like, okay, and that's a problem. Why? Like, you know, why would I not want to stay on top of my health? Like, why would I not want, who cares? It's just a visit. I'd rather go to the doctor's appointment and find out that I'm okay than to find out a couple of years later that if I would have been going to the doctors on a regular, my annual visits, that I would have been able to prevent something from happening. So, you know, I let them laugh. You know, laugh on, ha, ha, ha. But, you know, I'm getting myself checked out, and I'm finding out things, and I'm doing things about it while you're sitting here, and you could be a walking time bomb and not know what's going on with your body. You know what I'm saying? You could walk down the street tomorrow and just fall out, and everybody be like, I thought he was healthy. Or I thought, you know, because he's slim, so I thought he was healthy. Just because you slim doesn't mean that your arteries are not clogged. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean nothing. Because you could be skinny but eating all the wrong foods. Red meat 24/7. I know some people that eat red meat every single day. I don't eat red meat. I stopped in... oh man, I think it was 2007. 2007 is when I stopped eating red meat. And I was living in Georgia. And that's when I stopped eating red meat. I eat chicken. I eat baked chicken. Baked chicken, broiled chicken, curry chicken. I don't really eat fried chicken that often. I mean, It's very, very rare that I eat fried chicken. I love it, but I just don't, I've been trying to eat healthy since 2007, so I don't really eat it. Now, I will eat it, but it's very, very rare. But, yeah, I don't eat red meat. I don't eat hamburgers and stuff like that. I don't eat steak and all this, that, and that. I don't eat none of that stuff. And I don't remember, honestly, it's been longer than 2007 since I had pork, So, a lot of my weight is because I have hypothyroid, which causes me to gain weight, and it prevents me from losing weight like the average person or normal person. So that's why I went and had the sleeve done, and it's taking its time because I'm still fighting the thyroid. But I was 324 pounds. And right now I'm 263 right now. So it's coming down slow. But either way, when you have so much weight on you, it causes a lot of health problems, a lot of issues with your body that you probably wouldn't have if you were small, if you was a smaller individual. If you didn't have so much weight sitting on your body, pressing up against your arteries and your veins and stuff like that. So with weight comes a lot of health issues. And when you lose weight, it causes you to have less of an issue with your body. When you lose weight, your blood pressure goes down. It normalizes as you're losing weight. So it's all good. And this here thing that I have to have done, and that I had done already, like the doctor said to me, he was like, this is a good thing because your veins are opening up and it's your circulation, everything is going to be better. It's going to be like brand new. And it's good for your heart. It's good for your circulation. It's good for everything, and so I'm glad I'm staying on point with my health. Because who could know? Like a year from now, 2 years from now, we don't know what kind of state I could have been in if I wasn't having these things taken care of. So, I give myself a pat on the back for being responsible for that. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all a little bit. I couldn't show much because the nurse and the doctor kept coming back in the room, so I had to have my husband video as much as he could while the nurse was doing the sonogram. I had to have him do as much as he could without her seeing him, so I hope you like this video. Thumbs up the video, subscribe, comment below, share with your friends, hit that notification bell so you'll always know when I have a video coming, and stay up on y'all health, people, because that's all you got, you know what I'm saying? Because we have kids out here. We have grandkids out here. We want to live a good life. The summer is coming, and we want to go to them parties. We want to go to them beaches. We want to go on them cruises and these vacations and stuff like that. You don't want to have to be worried about, your health when you're on a cruise or on a trip somewhere. You don't want to be scared and can't enjoy yourself because your health is in turmoil. So go get yourself checked out. It's better safe than sorry. So with that being said, y'all, peace, be blessed, stay blessed, y'all. Later.